And we are live. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to a special edition of TL News Night in the Morning. Live from ISTE on the last day at ISTE. We're going to turn this around, hopefully. Oh,
Let me delete it. Let me make everything fall.
and everybody wave.
Woo! I'll pick those up later.
Yeah. All right. So, we just came from an awesome librarian breakfast where the wonderful library girl Jennifer LaGarde was the keynote speaker and made all of us cry.
Yes, you did.
So, one thing before we get started with Jennifer LaGarde, you'll notice two of our members are missing, Shannon Miller and Michelle Cooper. Do know that each, the third Monday of every month, we do TL News Night Live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And just like anybody else, we have family obligations, school obligations come up, and an anchor or two might not be able to be on that night. If you would like to be a substitute anchor, please tweet me or Alyssa or any of us here and let us know you want to be a substitute anchor. You might not know until an hour before the show goes on.
Just like a substitute teacher.
Right? But there's really no pressure. It's just, can you talk and gab with girls? Yes, then come on with us, you know. So no problem with us. Or guys, yeah, definitely. So, down to business. Been 5 days now that I've been here at ISTE. But we're here with Jennifer LaGarde, who just blew away the room in the Librarian's Breakfast talking about zombie librarians. And before we get into what you were talking about there, I read your blog post that you wrote about ISTE, ISTE Family Reunion. For those who have not read the ISTE Family Reunion blog post, can you kind of recap it, summarize for the audience about that blog post about family? Because really, when I read it, I felt like the words were being taken right out of my mouth.
Yeah. Well, this is my first ISTE. I'd never been to ISTE before, so I got a lot of advice beforehand. But still, the only thing I was really prepared for was to be unprepared, you know. But everywhere I went, every hallway I go down, I feel like I see someone that I know. Someone that I have known forever, that I'm connected with, that has impacted my students and my life, and there's no awkward first meeting about it. It's, oh my God, it's you, and you're precious, you know, and then we run up and hug each other, exactly right, and sometimes we're all teary or whatever, and I've heard people all over the place say ISTE is just like a family reunion, and my family, usually the law was called when there was a family reunion, but so I feel like it's even better, you know, because this is the family we choose. We're not connected by genetics, we're connected by our passions and our love for kids and this profession and a desire to make it better. So it's like the best family reunion ever. I have been overwhelmed, and it's been an emotional few days for me.
All right. We've been fangirling too.
Oh my God, have we been fangirling?
Alyssa and I ran into Erin Klein yesterday on the street and completely fangirled her.
We did.
To the point we thought we might have a restraining order taken out on us. So.
She had a fantastic Ignite talk, so make sure you check that out.
Okay, check out her Ignite talk.
We do love Erin, and we totally followed her across the street and came over. And then Tom Murray was like, "I do not know you two." It was we were so.
But then they look at you and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm your fan."
Yeah.
You know? Everybody just loves each other. You know, it's wonderful.
That's the great thing about this is because we all do love each other. We're all approachable people. And, you know, you can go to some places and think, oh, I could never talk to that person. But that's not the way it is in the library community.
Oh, yeah. No, not at all.
In the library community, every single person is approachable.
That's exactly
We all, you know, we're just like you. We wouldn't know the things we do in our library if it wasn't for everybody in our PLN and for you being willing to share with us so that we can learn and take the best of those things back to our libraries. And speaking of that, we have all pledged to join the zombie fighter army, the army of zombie fighters.
You know, we do.
We need buttons.
We're the army of zombie fighters.
I know, I love it.
But for those in the audience who don't understand what an army of zombie fighters are and what in the world that has to do with libraries, school librarians. Could you give a recap of,
Sure.
of your keynote that you just
Sure.
gave?
I didn't even make the connection right now. I mean, this is how slow I am, that where it did a zombie fighting keynote in Atlanta where The Walking Dead is filmed. Like, it didn't, it only just, I'm a little slow on the uptake, right? But as I was telling you all this morning, this grew out of an idea of I went to a session and we were talking about TV shows, Walking Dead among them, and a librarian said to me, you know, Jennifer, there's really only two types of librarians, zombies and zombie fighters. And this was a huge epiphany for me. It really did present me with lots of questions about zombies amongst us, because let's face it, there are lots of them, and what we can do about it, you know, because it's not enough to just shame people who aren't doing the right thing. You know, we have to help them, and because for the benefit of all of our students deserve a great librarian, and so we have to help those folks who aren't there yet. So I'm trying to recruit this army of zombie fighters to help me eradicate zombie librarianship. I'm waving at someone else at the same time, around the world, because our kids, you know, they deserve better.
They do deserve better, and I'm so glad that you said that. I'm glad also, if you missed the keynote where Jennifer just spoke at the Librarians Breakfast, it was recorded on Google Hangouts, so do look for those links to go out.
I tweeted out the link. If you follow LissaMalaspina.c, I tweeted out the link for you. We'll be putting it out at a lot of places. We'll also be putting it on the SIGLIB wiki. So
yeah, and I'll post it on my blog, which is librarygirl.net.
Right.
So it'll be everywhere. You won't be able to escape it.
No.
And if you're an administrator at all, I would recommend you force your librarians to watch tie them to a chair, right? Tie them to a chair, tape their eyes open, force them
I
to
already
hear.
sent out to my librarians, because I've now moved up to administration role. I already sent out to the librarians the link and said, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want you guys to become, and will help you become that. But this is the presentation you need to watch. I gave it to them already, but I couldn't do as good of a job as Jennifer, and so I sent it out to them and was like, this is what you have to do.
But I want to say also that Alyssa is not the only one who's there to help the librarians in New Jersey or anywhere else around the country, because I find working with librarians that the two things they really need are permission. A lot of folks are waiting for permission to do something different, and then they need support and high expectations, and luckily we don't have to do it alone. We're all here to help you, every last one of us. So Alyssa, you got a whole army with you to help you, right?
Thank you.
We got our army out here.
That's right. Then you've got a whole army behind you. We'll help you get there.
Now, Jennifer, you've been traveling a lot. You said you've traveled to 80-something
I think I'm up to
70,000 miles.
Yeah, I've been on loan for my district, so I've been this traveling roadshow to schools all around my state of North Carolina. And we have 118 school districts in North Carolina. I've been to 86 of them. I still have a month of this job, so that number could go up.
You're going to hit 100,000 miles on your car.
That's right.
And one more dongle
That's
loss,
right. Exactly. Oh my gosh, bite your tongue.
Did you get your dongle?
I did.
Okay.
I did. But I just visit school libraries and work with principals and school librarians all around my state. And it's just been, I feel like I've been a librarian road warrior for 2 years. And I've loved
a road warrior.
I'm spreading the gospel library. That's what I'm doing, right? And I've loved it. It has been a joy. But I'm ready to go back to a school, and that's what's next for me. I'm going to go back and be a high school librarian in my district starting in August. I'm so thrilled.
Very cool.
I'm so thrilled. I miss kids, and I miss being a part of a team. I'm going to be a Wildcat, go New Hanover. And it is my first time in high school. I know. So it's a new challenge. Apart from when I almost dropped out of one, then yes, this is my first time in high school.
All right, so high school librarians, listen up. We're going to need to connect with Jennifer and her in the high school library.
I'm going to need y'all. I cannot wait. So it's an exciting challenge, and I've got a principal who gets it and really wants to transform the library in that school, and I am ready and excited to do it.
That's awesome. So, all right. Well, Jennifer, thank you for being our guest. Before you leave, our next segment for the show, because it's a special show, is our reflect. So is there a
Yeah,
reflection about ISTE besides your family reunion post that you'd like to share? Anything crazy wild that you did or that you can actually talk about?
I was going to
or-
say, this is the morning program.
This is not the late night.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm the kind of person I need time to decompress and to reflect on things, you know, and I know that I will end up writing about this in some way and reflecting on all that I've learned. But what I would just say is that every time I go to a conference, whether it's a massive one like ISTE or a little tiny state conference somewhere where just 100 people show up and we, you know, rock the house for a couple of days, I always leave exhausted but completely rejuvenated and ready to take on the world. So to those folks out there at home, you know, if you can figure out a way to get to one of these events, do it. You know, it's important and you will be better for it.
I agree. It's
agree
well
too.
worth it. Let's give a big hand for Jennifer agreeing to be our special guest today.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. I loved it. Thank you. I'm going to sit on out.
Right. So now each of us are going to take a turn just telling a little bit about some of our ISTE takeaways. So who'd like to start? I think Sherry should start and talk about last night.
Yeah.
No, we want to talk
So
about
step up here.
Sherry, go
Step
ahead.
up to the camera, Sherry.
So last night, Matthew Winter, my collaborative partner, and I had the opportunity to be on the ETK Voice of the Year competition at the karaoke. And we always talk about in education, we're stepping outside of your box. So those of you that know that me getting on the stage to sing karaoke, it was my first time, by the way, never done it. To get on the stage and actually sing and kind of perform, that was a really big deal. But that's not my biggest carry away from ISTE. You know, this is my second ISTE. I was here last year, and yesterday we kind of saw that hashtag trending, which was edutatired. I've been here since Thursday evening, and it, like Jennifer said, you know, you're overwhelmed. There's so much information to process and to go through, but the connections that you make and the learning that is here, and this is hands down, I mean, I'm not calling anybody out, but this is hands down my favorite conference because I am connecting not just with my TLs, but with principals, with superintendents, with teachers, and we're working as a team, and I just really feel like that's where we are in education now. We have to work together, everybody, and this convention really allows us to do that and to network. So
I love that too. That's one thing I really loved about it.
absolutely.
Sue, Alyssa, who wants
Sue,
to go
you
next?
can go next.
All right, Sue, I saw in passing on Thursday at Hack Ed, which if you haven't been to the Hack
Yeah,
Ed,
you
which is
should.
before ISTE, you need to make sure next year you come before ISTE for Hack Ed. And then I never saw her again until today. So, Sue, I haven't seen you or been able to catch up. Tell us a little bit about your ISTE experience.
Well, I've been really kind of busy, but you know, I want to give a shout out to the. Oh, my voice is gone from the karaoke, and something else, but I don't remember what.
Fangirling.
But I want to mention like the Discovery Education Network. Okay, Discovery Education Network. Dan has had a lot of great events here, and spend a lot of time connecting with these guys because I'll be going to the Fantastic Summer Institute in a couple of weeks. And if you're not a Den Star, all you have to do is a couple of Discovery Education training events with your staff. I think it's like 3 or more, and document them. And after a couple of documentations, you're actually a star. And then you can qualify to go to this transformational experience that I'm going to called the Summer Institute, which supposedly is going to change my entire life. And somebody came up to me, Jolie Baker came up to me and said that she tried to change her wedding date because her wedding date fell at the Summer Institute time, and it was going to cost $6,000 to change it. And her husband was like, you know, there's going to be more of those. But she was so devastated, she didn't know how she would live out the Den Summer Institute. And the other thing I want to mention is give a shout out to Andy Plemons and Joyce Valenza made that new Google Plus group. I believe it's called Teacher Librarians Without Borders. Is that what it's called? Global TL. Look that up. We've had a lot of activity, I mean tons of people from different countries and states trying to connect globally. And I know that we're all going to want to do more of that. And I have an ongoing project with Kenya that I'll continue to report on. So it's been very exciting. And I want to give a special shout out to Mike Sosko, who of course was the Presidential Award something or other winner, where he met with President Obama. And he's been connecting me to these friends in Kenya, and hopefully, and I had some families visit the school in Kenya. So anyway, I'm trying to do my global part. I'm hoping this year as librarians we can all take that next step to do the global thing. Special thanks to Andy Clem and to Joyce Valenza.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Thank you. That's awesome. Alyssa, now first I will say before Alyssa gets started, we're not allowed to be together anymore at a
we are
conference.
totally not allowed to be together
We
anymore.
can't hang out together at a conference.
Yeah, the pictures are all over the internet of us hanging at conferences. We've been fangirling everybody and taking selfies with everybody. I don't even know how many
you want to
selfies
talk
are
about
out there.
this?
So there are so many takeaways that I can't even describe. And it's just been amazing to connect with everybody, to talk to everybody, to learn from everybody. I was blown away by the fact that yesterday people actually wanted to come and hear what we were saying. I
couldn't get in because the room was filled.
I know. But seriously, I'm dude, I don't have anything that important to say. So it's been so much fun, and it's personally for me, I said to my husband the first day I got here, because I was coming from starting a new job where I am totally overwhelmed and feel like I know nothing, and I came here and I was like, this is exactly what I needed. I feel like these are my people. I feel good now. I feel like okay, I can go back and I can do this because I'm bringing new ideas, I'm bringing new stuff, and I'm feeling it was the best vacation I could have had. I had so much fun, and it was just exactly what I needed at this time.
I agree too. One of the best pieces of swag we got is from Sam, and this is the swag.
Go over here.
Be careful of the
Watch
cord.
the cord.
All right, so this is the swag Sam was giving out at
Who's Sam?
ISTE.
Okay.
And we were dying when we saw
That
this. So
was
we
the
have
best.
now voted this our favorite swag of ISTE 2014.
I'm a winner.
This is
I'm
our
a winner.
favorite.
I'm a winner. Yay.
Sam's the winner of the best swag at ISTE. I mean, really, a paper bag, people.
Paper bag swag.
It doesn't
Hey, it
get
rhymes,
any better than that.
Right?
Thank you, puppets.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sam.
Thank you.
All right, and then, there were all the wonderful vendors. And I wanted to talk about a couple of vendors super fast because I promised them I would. Hard candy.
Yeah, they gave us.
Let me tell you, I wish I had not just bought a cover for my MacBook. I'm going to be an instructional technology facilitator this year at a school going one-to-one MacBooks. If you haven't looked at hard candy, not only are the shells hard, but they have an extra edge all the way around them. Why that's important, if you haven't been in a one-to-one school, and I've been in a one-to-one school with iPads, when those seniors turned in their iPads at the end of the year, in the edges were all dented in. And they're like, but I had it in a case. Well, that's because the case wrapped right snug close to the edges, and it still got damaged. What I like about hard candy, and they're not paying me to say this, is they have extra space all the way around so that it's not going to damage your device, including that processor in the MacBooks that's down in the lower corner. So this I'm keeping and not giving away today because I'm going to do a giveaway at my new school because all the children will be getting a MacBook Air when they come back to school this year. Another vendor we had a lot of fun with was Hummingbird Robotics.
Oh my God! Did Nikki and I? Yes, Hummingbird Robotics. Nikki and I had so much fun with them. We went to their event where we learned how to make robots, and we learned how to. I wouldn't say if you see our pictures that we tweeted out, I wouldn't say we were very good at it.
But
Your students will be good.
Their students will get it.
But you get a package. It's a box with absolutely everything in there that you need for the students to make robots, and they can, it's motion sensor, there's lights, they give you all the motors, the lights, everything. The only thing you need is decorations if you want your robot to have beady eyes or you want it to have curly hair or whatever. Craft supplies. And so it's a great thing. So I want to give a shout out to them and tell Chris Craft thank you for the special invite to
thank you, Chris.
that party. Then my personal favorite, Selly. I know a lot of people like Remind 101 and I like them too. But Selly, I've been following them ever since they came out. Selly started with Occupy Wall Street for a way of the protesters to be able to communicate with each other and where to go. But now it's being used in schools. We know that two of the most important things for student success in school is formative assessment and relationships they build with their teachers. Selly allows you to have two-way communication with your students. I've used this with my ambassadors, my school ambassadors, my library tech people as well, my tech students, my tech club students. I can send out a message on a computer on any smart device. Even if I had no smart device and all I had was text message, I could still send messages to them. They can send messages to me. I can message the entire group at one time, or I can message one person or select people I want to message, and they can send back messages. If there's something they send back to me that the rest of the group needs to know, I just press one button and that message goes out to the rest of the group. I like the two-way communication Selly provides. And then
Oh, yes.
the
Yes,
challenge
yes,
is, can you find a ribbon, or can you give Nikki a ribbon that she does not already have? So that's that. So now we have some really cool swag from vendors
do.
down on the vendor floor. Vendor
Let's
floor
see
is
if
right
we can
down
show
here
you the vendor floor.
behind us.
See, look
right?
at that's the vendor floor.
Oops, and we just
Oops, we undog. Did we undog?
no, we didn't
Oh,
undongle.
okay.
Unpower.
We're still on.
So get the hat. We're going to draw for names.
Okay.
The
Because
prize
we have, for our live studio audience, we have gotten stuff. Oh, we need to also give a shout out to Padlet. They were
Padlet was
Padlet and Picker.
and Plickers.
Plickers, which is a new tool.
Padlet and Plickers. If you haven't heard of them or played with them, go
Yeah.
find them, play with them, learn about them.
Yes.
All right. Prize drawings for live audience
Okay.
members. And
Live
you get
audience
to
member.
choose from down here.
You can choose from here. Renee Cunningham.
Renee, where's Renee?
Yay!
Come on down.
Choose something.
All right, call the next person.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pick.
Kim. James. You
All right,
got
Kim,
something.
come up and pick.
Woo. Pick.
You get something.
You're like Oprah. We're giving away everything.
Donna, where did Donna go?
Donna.
Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan, whose hat
Where's
we're
Jonathan?
using.
Thanks for the hat.
Come on, Jonathan. You're coming up. I got to give a shout out to Jonathan. I had not met him before. He's my other BAMI Award nominee librarian. Jonathan, come up here.
Jonathan, get your
Come
prize.
here. Come in.
Since
Give a
we're
shout
using
out.
Jonathan's hat as our prize.
Jonathan is my other BAMI nominee librarian, and he rules and
Yeah.
rocks.
And you find them at Main School
Yes, Main
on
School
Twitter.
Tech.
Main
Follow
School Tech.
him.
So, Jonathan, go get something.
get your prize,
Kathy
Jonathan.
Nelson.
Kathy!
Kathy
Kathy Joe!
Kathy Joe.
You're a winner, I
How many
told
we have to
you.
now?
Say hello.
Look at
Kathy
Joe. Okay, Melanie Dillard. How
Melanie!
many we're up to now?
There's still stuff.
There's still stuff.
Yes.
Tracy
Lots of
Shaw.
Oh, that's Where's
Tracy,
Tracy?
come
Come
on
on
up.
up, Tracy.
Okay. Barbara.
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 Oh, we bored her and she left.
Must be
All right.
present to win.
Okay.
Screw that.
Okie.
Hey, Uncle. Go
Oh,
away.
wow.
Uncle.
Tiffany. Yes. Is there
Come on,
Tiffany?
Tiffany. Come on.
Are we running out of stuff?
No, we got
How much do we still
1,
have left?
2, 3, 4,
My
5.
goodness.
We have 5 things left.
Okay.
I only put my name in 10 times.
Jessica Turner. Jessica
I
Turner.
finally have a shirt.
Tucker. Sorry, Tucker.
You won a prize.
Tracy.
That's all right.
Tracy. Wine.
All right, we got
Winnie?
one more.
Tracy.
One more after
Tracy's
Tracy.
not here.
No.
Tracy's not here, so she doesn't
We're
get to
not
win.
checking ID, right?
Mandy Cox. Mandy gets the shirt. And one more. Richard Schneider. Richard. Is Richard here?
Either
No.
that or that.
Nope. Moving on.
Okay, and then there's Andy Fleming.
Finally. We get one for women.
a day.
Don't cut it off yet.
Oh, wait a minute.
Advertisement. So
We
when are we
gotta-
coming back? We're on summer break. But
Right. Don't forget, first Monday of every month, starting back in September, is TL Virtual Cafe. If you're not familiar with it, it's free webinars. If you've missed them, they're all archived and recorded. Just type in TL Virtual Cafe, first Monday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern.
They're not boring.
They're awesome.
Webinar, no. And if you're busy, you carry it to the bathroom, then you carry it and watch this. You leave it running. You just leave the sound running. You carry
not
it
that
around.
Sue ever does that.
You carry it around your house.
I do.
Just carry it around. Just listen to it. There's nothing like these TL virtual cafes. Nothing at all. It's a once in a lifetime experience, and each show is that great.
They are second Monday of every month. Second Monday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern is hashtag TL Chat. We vote on a topic. So look, we usually put the vote out during the TL Virtual Cafe in the back channel so that you can vote on the topic we'll discuss. And then the third Monday of every month.
Okay. So we have TL News Night coming back on September 22nd, which Mona Schwartz-Elmowitz, my best friend from kindergarten, it's her birthday that day, September 22nd.
Birthday, Mona.
And we have the Indiana Library.
Indiana Aisle.
So we hope you remember to come back September 22nd.
So
Mona's
remember,
birthday.
if you want to be a substitute anchor, tweet one of us.
Yes.
And if you want your state library association to be on the show, tweet us or go to the site, TL News Night. There is a form on the site. Fill out the form. Make sure we have good contact information. We are booked now all the way through December and into 2015. British Columbia is already signed up.
And
So
we will go international.
so we're going global.
We'll go
So
global.
it doesn't just have to be United States.
No.
But please sign up to be on TL News Night. The slots fill up super fast. We filled up within the first month. We were filled up through the entire first year and into this next
It's only
year.
getting better.
Yeah.
It is.
So thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
here
for
at
being
ISTE.
here.
Everybody travel home safe from
Yes.
ISTE, and we'll see you online. You guys play so